So you're not allowed.
By who?
The Illinois Secretary of State.
So you're
by trespass.
So you're not going to call Tim
as a state officer, right now I'm trespassing you from the property. Whether or not you have a right to be somewhere, the people who have this property have a right to trespass you.
Well, it's public property.
Yeah, but we can trespass you from this property, okay, because it's state property.
So you're just going to not even do yourself the favor and call Tim Hudspeth?
I called my sergeant, that's all I knew.
Welcome to Mr. Right, the place where real encounters between law enforcement and the people unfold before your eyes.
On a quiet afternoon in Salem, Illinois, a small town of under 7,000 residents known for strict administrative rules, a lone citizen walked into the tiny DMV office to exercise his First Amendment right to record in public. Within just 45 minutes, tension escalated as 3 different law enforcement agencies arrived, demanding he leave, identify himself, and even threatening arrest. But what happens when someone who knows the law confronts a system that ignores it? Did you know that under Illinois criminal law, you cannot be charged with trespassing on state property simply for filming in a public space if you're not causing a disturbance? This is a true story, real tension, and a real win for the people. A live test of civil rights in everyday America. No scripts, no actors. Watch the full video from Odd Man Audits and be sure to visit the original channel to support those who bravely stand up for public rights. Subscribe now to Mr. Right and leave a comment with the letter R below if you believe that freedom is never automatic. It must be defended.
Gonna read that on your way in, man?
Respectfully, I'm not going to answer any questions.
How we doing?
I'm doing good. How are you? Mind if I get your name and badge number?
Yeah, my name's Investigator Ryan Metter with the Illinois Secretary of State Police.
Yes, sir.
Are you a First Amendment auditor? Is that what you're doing?
I'm just a citizen exercising constitutional rights today.
Sure. So, as you know, there's a sign there that says notice recording or photography of any type is not allowed.
Okay.
Yep. So can't have you videotaping inside the facility. And there's that. State's case law favors. State of Illinois has to not allow the recording or photography of any type in Secretary of State facilities. All inquiries should be directed to the Secretary of State Office of the General Counsel, 217-785-3094, and ask for Pamela.
Do you have any case law attached with this that you'd be willing to provide me, or?
Contact the General Counsel and they'll be able to give it to you. So, do you have
Sure.
your ID on you?
No, I don't actually.
Okay. What's your name, pardon?
Am I being detained right now?
I mean, unless the Secretary of State wants you trespass, that's why I'm trying to get your name.
Okay. What statute would that be trespassing under? State-supported land?
Well, you disregarded a sign that says recording of any type is not allowed, so you violated that sign.
So you are suspecting me of trespassing?
I'm saying if we want to trespass you, I would need your name. So
I am being trespassed?
As of right now, you're not being trespassed.
Okay. So as of right now, I'm not under suspicion of a crime.
Okay, here's the thing though. If you show back up and you cause issues, then we'll have your name.
Nobody even asked me to leave.
Okay. Well, they're asking you to leave.
Okay. Well, respectfully, I'm going to decline.
Okay. So now you are trespassing.
Okay.
So what is your name?
Would you mind, before we move any more forward, because I'm gonna do you a favor.
Yeah.
Okay, before anybody loses qualified immunity, look up the statute that you're willing to trespass me under and cite that. I promise you it.
Okay. Are you refusing to leave the property?
Will I be arrested if I don't leave?
You'll be cited. Yeah.
I'll be cited with what citing?
Criminal trespass to property. Actually, it's criminal trespass to state-supported property because you're refusing.
Look that statute up, and it will be in plain text why I am not in violation of that statute. I've just been through this. I'm doing you a favor, Metter, Officer Metter.
Yeah, you got the name right. Yep.
And
most people mispronounce it, so
well, you gave it to me first, and I appreciate that. Obviously, in the heat of the moment, that I'm not very confrontational at all. I'm not looking for a confrontation, but I'm not looking to have my rights stepped on.
I understand. I respect that. I respect your, I appreciate that and everything. And like I said, I'm just telling you that, that's why I gave you that piece of paper.
Yeah.
Okay. And here's the thing. I'm not looking at writing you a ticket.
Right.
I'm not wanting to go down that. I'm just wanting you to
Would I
respect your rights.
would
and stuff
so
like that,
the
but they want you
summons?
out of the building.
Yeah, the summons for the ticket, would that go to the municipal court in Salem?
It would go to the Marion County courthouse.
Okay, I'm gonna do you one
Like I
last
said,
favor
I'm
here.
not telling you I'm trespassing you, but I would like your name for my case.
Yeah, and I understand how that goes, but no matter what, I'm not gonna give it. I'm gonna do one last favor for everybody here. Call Tim Hudspeth. You're gonna do yourself a very big favor with your career, and I'm not trying to be a dick.
Yeah.
I know it sounds very pretentious me saying that. Call Tim Hudspeth right now, and I promise you he will tell you I'm fine to do what I'm doing. That's the bottom line. He doesn't know me personally, but I just dealt with him personally. Call Tim Hudspeth. He's going to be the prosecutor. He's going to know what I'm doing. It doesn't matter who does it. If you're off shift, if any one of them guys in there decide to come in here and record, we have the right to do
well,
it.
Here's the thing. I appreciate what you're doing. Okay, I'm not, like I said, I'm a full advocate for people using their rights. Okay?
Sure.
But with it being a Secretary of State, so they have their own policy, and as far as the General Counsel goes, also, that's why we give you the number for the General Counsel. Is a lot of people have Social Security cards, birth certificates, other things out here that we don't want people recording. You know what I mean?
Well, they shouldn't be dealing with that in public, though. You know, if they're going to do,
they have to do that inside.
no, they can take them
Right.
somewhere private. So 720, let me see if I remember this right. 720 ILCS 521-5. That's criminal trespass to state supported land. And I'm going to read it right from the illa.gov.
They want you trespassing.
You mind if I get your name and badge number? I didn't.
Detective Swagler.
Detective Swagler.
Yes, sir. 295 Salem Police Department.
295. I appreciate that.
Yep.
I'm going to read you, and I know this will be my third time saying it, but this will be the last favor that I do everybody here. A5, under criminal trespass to state-supported land, right? A person commits criminal trespass to state-supported land when he or she enters upon a right-of-way, including facilities and improvements thereon. No, I'm sorry, I'm reading the wrong section here.
Different guy who's refusing to give his name and maybe wanted trespass.
A person commits criminal trespass to state-supported land when he or she enters upon land supported in whole or in part with state funds or federal funds administered, granted through
I'm gonna go in and
state agencies or any building on the land by presenting false documents or falsely representing his or her identity orally. I haven't done that, right? We'll skip to the part where this will apply, what it doesn't apply. Okay? If I refuse to leave,
He's just standing on the front.
well, I'm going to go back inside.
And now he's stating he's going to go back inside.
Absolutely, I have the right to. I came out here on my own free will, not because I was being detained. Just do me a favor.
You're allowed to stay outside, but you can't record inside.
I'm allowed to be inside also.
He's arguing that he is.
When I remain upon the land or in the building, here's the important part, and who thereby interferes with another person's lawful use or enjoyment of the building or land. How does me exercising my First Amendment constitutionally protected right interfere with anybody's lawful use or enjoyment of this building? I promise you, I told these guys, call Tim Hudspeth. It's gonna save you guys from having to lose your qualified immunity over this. This is clearly established. The prosecutor of Salem of Marion County knows exactly what I'm doing, and he will tell you.
Here's the deal.
You do yourself a favor and speak with him.
I told you my first name. Can I at least get your first name so I'm not saying sir?
Respectfully, I'm not going to. You can just call me sir. I appreciate that.
Okay, sir, you're not allowed on the property. You're not allowed inside. Okay, you're trespassed. Okay, so you're not allowed.
By who?
The Illinois Secretary of State.
So you're
by trespass.
So you're
And
not
now
going to
as-
call
as
Tim
a, as a
Hudspeth?
state officer, right now I'm trespassing you from the property. Whether or not you have a right to be somewhere, the people who have this property have a right to trespass you.
Well, it's public property.
Yeah, but we can trespass you from this property, okay, because it's state property.
So you're just going to not even do yourself the favor and call Tim Hudspeth?
I called my sergeant. That's all I need to call.
But the prosecuting attorney of this county,
The
you're
Illinois
not willing to
Secretary of
count?
State policy dictates
Okay.
exactly what I gave you.
Well, respectfully, I'm trying to help you here, right? Because
And
I'm not.
respectfully-
You're misinformed.
And
I've already
sorry.
been through this in the area,
I
in
understand.
Marion County, with Tim Hudspeth.
I understand.
Okay, No, you don't understand, or you don't care.
I appreciate what you have to say.
I don't feel like you do, because you're trying to violate my rights and you're not even willing to go through any single route to rectify your mistake right now. So under the authority of who?
The Illinois Secretary of State Police.
Because it's going to come down on yourself personally and your department.
You have the number for our general counsel. For the Secretary
I don't
of
need
State.
counsel to exercise my constitutionally given rights.
Yeah, I understand that. So I'm
So
gonna
you
ask
just
to
don't
leave the
care
property,
then?
okay?
So you
And
just don't care?
Are you refusing to identify yourself?
Absolutely.
Okay. So I need a fingerprint check.
Is your body camera on?
It is on. Everybody's.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. So, are you refusing to leave the property
Am I going to be arrested if I
Yes,
don't leave?
you will.
Under what authority?
under the authority of the Illinois Secretary of State Police?
So, because I've
The
never...
authority given to me by the state of Illinois.
Okay, so what exactly would happen?
Well, normally I would just write you a ticket and send you on your way for criminal trespass, okay?
But because
Normally
I'm being
criminal-
so defiant, it's going to
Well,
escalate.
what it is, it's failure to identify. So I have to write a name on that ticket.
So you suspect me of a crime.
I do.
So I've been detained this whole time.
Right now you are, because you're refusing to leave the property.
So if I leave,
If
I just walk away right now, then what?
then I'm going to let you walk away, because I don't want to write you a ticket. I don't want to take you to jail. If you stay
Okay.
on this property any longer, then I am going to have to put handcuffs on you and take you to the jail.
Well, I don't
and
want that.
fingerprint you. I don't want that either, because
It seems like you do.
no, I don't.
You're not even willing to go down an avenue that I've given
What time
you.
I get off work? 4 o'clock. 4:16.
Nobody's
I don't
forcing
really
you to
want
violate my rights right now, sir.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
You don't even do yourself the favor of calling him, though. Like
I
I'm
called my
obviously.
sergeant. That's all I need to call. And I provided you documentation from our legal counsel as far as a
Would
number
either one
for
of
you
you
to
be
call.
willing to call Tim Hudspeth?
This is Secretary of State property. Secretary of State is.
And I just read you the statute that he was trying
And I
to
just told you.
cite me with.
And I just told
so
you what I had to
nobody's
say.
willing to even save yourselves the qualified
Kind of.
immunity.
From what I'm gathering, we're kind of at an impasse, right?
Well, yeah, because I'm
you have-
exercising rights and you're violating
Yeah.
rights. That's the
I'm
impasse.
sorry you feel that way. So right now you are on state property, okay? So, and I am asking you to leave. If you fail to leave, then you will be charged for criminal trespass.
What is that? A book and release, or is it down to the jail? You hold me for the weekend,
Well, as
or
of
what?
right now, you're failing to identify.
Okay.
So if you
So we're
fail to-
stacking charges
yeah.
for exercising
so,
rights.
So if you fail to identify, then you're going to be taken in and fingerprinted so I can get your identity. So then I can write you the ticket, and then you can be released.
How does that work? You guys beat me into oblivion until I'm willing to, until you can forcefully. I mean, because so if
Why
I'm
would you say beat you into oblivion? Why would you use terminology?
well, because I'm not willing to identify, so I'm not going to be willing to fingerprint, right? So just because you put me in handcuffs and put me in a car and take me somewhere, I'm supposed to just be willing to
Well, the problem that we have
waive
here
my
is-
rights now?
so criminal trespass is just a ticket. That's all it is.
Right.
But whenever you start failing to identify and stuff like that, what name are we going to put on the ticket if you're not willing to identify?
Well, it's not a ticket, though. It's not criminal trespass. I just read him the statute. He's not willing to listen. I will read you the statute if you want.
Because you're refusing. Because
Pull-
we gave you the opportunity to leave, and now you're not doing it.
I don't need. You should give me the opportunity to exercise my constitutional rights by recording in a public space, respectfully.
I understand what you're saying.
So you just don't care then?
I understand what you're saying. Secretary of State wants you off of their property.
So they trump the United States Constitution? I'm just asking. I mean, if you believe that's true, then you can say that. I'm not gonna hold it too much against you. I don't believe that's true. I mean, I'm not gonna fight you, but I'm not just gonna, oh, here, let me give up my rights, or, here, if you're gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna get into it with you. If you're actually gonna arrest me, I'll do it peacefully, right? I'm not here to fight anybody, but I am standing up for our rights. This is it. If you guys are not willing to call Tim Hudspeth, the Marion County prosecuting attorney, it'll go directly to his desk, will it not? Am I wrong?
Not necessarily.
So where would it go then?
It could go to his voicemail. He's a busy guy.
Come on.
I called the state.
You know what he's gonna do? He's gonna drop the charges immediately. He's gonna review the body camera. He's gonna drop the charges immediately. and then we're going to start litigating it. And I don't want to do that, man. I've been having a good day.
The problem that you're going to run into is, as of right now, I'm telling you to leave.
I promise you.
The manager wants you to leave.
They don't have that right.
The manager of this facility.
Oh, I promise you they don't have the right. We've already been down this.
So if
with
somebody
Tim
comes
Hudspeth himself, he's already tried this. And,
So if somebody comes in here and causes an issue,
I'm not causing an issue.
Right now you are, because you're not leaving.
I'm exercising a constitutionally protected activity, sir. If that's causing an issue to you, I'm sorry that you feel that way. That's not very American. Nor is it very oath that you honored to uphold to the Constitution of you. You all swore an oath to uphold the Constitution, and nobody here, 25% of us that were standing here care about that. You guys realize that? That's me. You don't care, and you don't care, because nobody has given themselves the due diligence of calling Tim Hudspeth and confirming this. I promise you. It's going to look really bad. This stuff gets posted online, you know, obviously. It gets posted online. You guys know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing, and you guys aren't willing to save yourselves that you swore to uphold? That's sad. That's honestly kind of pathetic, guys. It really is. At least somebody, you know what? I wouldn't have even said that if somebody would have said, hey, let me call Tim real quick, right? I've seen it done, because obviously this isn't my first interaction. Officers can call Tim themselves and say, hey, I got a guy here. He's peacefully recording. He was standing in the corner, not bothering anybody, right? So he's not causing a scene. He's peacefully recording, right? Even if you don't want to say at this point exercising his rights, that's what Tim's going to tell you I'm doing. You got a guy standing in a corner, not talking to anybody, peacefully. Can we trespass him? No. They can't do that. That's what he's going to tell you. And nobody's even willing to, you know, and you wonder why I'm not willing to hear you guys out, because you guys aren't even willing to pick up a phone before you potentially violate somebody's rights. And coming from somebody who's been through this in the last month in Marion County, I swore that would be the last favor I said. I said 3 times now. It'd be 4 times. Do yourselves a favor and call Lieutenant right now. We're in Centralia. He will tell you precisely what I'm doing. That's the last bone that I can throw you guys. Otherwise, you just do not care about our constitutional rights. That's the bottom line. And that we've gotten familiar as I've exercised my rights, and they made the mistake 3 weeks ago of, under threat of arrest, me leaving the Centralia DHS office, and they made a mistake, okay? I was in contact with Reitenauer. He was in contact with Tim Hudspeth. Bottom line, I'm good to go. In the area. From the prosecuting attorney himself, I was not in violation of the trespass statute, and actually they apologized for violating my rights. The officers that threatened to arrest me if I didn't leave the Department of Human Services in Centralia made a mistake and got reprimanded. So I don't know what else to give you guys, you know? I mean, you just want me to give you the whole story, or, you know, and that is the whole story. I'm allowed to do this, and you guys aren't even willing to pick the phone up, you know? It's bothersome that you can't even pick a phone up. I even, outside of what I'm obligated to do, read you a statute, and you heard it. I refuse to leave, and who thereby interferes with somebody's lawful use or enjoyment of the building or land. You can't convert a constitutionally protected activity into a crime. So I'm not trespassing, I'm not refusing to identify, I'm not failing to leave, I'm none of them things. I'm a free man. So am I still being detained?
We're going to speak with Officer Maverick, SOS Police. He's going to be right back out.
Are you guys leaving? Okay, I just want to make sure, because, you know.
Okay, there's the Secretary of State officer in there. Okay. Yep. He'd be the one to go to.
I just happened to walk up
Yep.
here.
I'll get it.
I got some clarification for you, buddy. Okay. So you are allowed inside, just not recording, okay? So as of right now, you're not being trespassed from the property, okay? But you can't be inside recording. You can be outside recording. okay? But you can't be inside recording. You understand?
Did he convey to you what he's doing? Because I'm just curious. I'm still pushing. I'm really hazarding you guys to call Tim Hudspeth.
Yeah.
That you know, or I don't know what else to give you. I gave them. You can call Lieutenant Reitnauer in Centralia. He just dealt with this in less than a month. I'm good to go, man. I'm exercising rights.
You're not allowed inside to record. You can go inside if you have business to conduct. You can record outside.
Yeah, I've got a FOIA request.
And you can be outside recording, okay? Any other questions as far as regarding case law and stuff, I would ask that you contact that number on that paper that I provided you, okay?
So when I go inside to file my FOIA request,
if you're recording, then we're going to have some issues because I already told you not to go inside without.
What kind of issues?
Because I told you once not to go inside recording. So then it's trespassing because then you're doing something that I told you not to.
Okay. And that's lawful. As far as you're under the impression that you're not willing to investigate any further, that's lawful.
Do you have any questions?
I don't have a question. I'm trying to educate and I'm making a statement that this is lawful, and I'm really just asking that you heed my advice and call the local attorney here who's already done his due diligence and investigated for you guys, that I'm good to go. If you're not willing to do that, then I guess you deserve the litigation that's going to follow. That's just the bottom line. You're going to be stripped of your qualified immunity.
So like I said before, any other questions? Yeah.
State's Attorney, Tim Hudspeth. He advised me that it's a public place. You can be in here. We cannot trespass.
Thank you.
So,
Swagler?
with that being
Detective
said,
Swagler?
Detective Swagler.
Appreciate it. It took long enough, but
Salem Police Department, we're
you're
going
out.
to be on our way.
Yeah, you're not going to enforce. So,
Let me speak with you for just a minute.
you guys' body cam's not muted, right?
My cam is on.
Not muted? Appreciate that, sir. Thank God.
Thank you for watching the entire video today. In a small town like Salem, Illinois, with just around 6,900 residents and a reputation for rigid administrative policies, an ordinary citizen who understood the law made a huge impact. In less than an hour, he stood his ground against 3 law enforcement agencies and forced the system to back down in the face of the Constitution. The story at the Salem DMV is clear proof that if you know the law, understand your rights, and remain calm, you can stand up to any abuse of authority. If you've ever been told to leave, show ID, or turn off your camera while in a public space, remember this: unless you are reasonably suspected of committing a crime, you are not obligated to comply. Advice for citizens: study your state laws carefully, especially those related to recording in public, refusing to show ID, and the right not to self-incriminate. Don't let ignorance become the excuse others use to violate your rights. A word to law enforcement: be cautious. Don't let internal policy become the trap that ruins your reputation or strips you of your qualified immunity. One phone call to verify the law could save you from serious mistakes. If you found this video valuable, share it, subscribe to Mr. Right, and leave a comment with the letter R below. Let's build a community that knows the law, respects the law, and defends freedom for everyone.